Alright, here we go. To kick things off here, I'm actually going to be riding my M4 Sherman. I used this tank last. Just one of those, to me it's the Sherman tanks in general are just one of those tanks that you do yourself a favor by holding on to them. Even after you're finished off the tanks themselves. I'm on one of the new, an updated map that acts as sort of its own fiery salient. As you can kind of see from the mini map, you already know what this map is. They just kind of did a little bit of graphical update into it. Alright, so it looks like we're playing the encounter mode here. I think I'm gonna go along with the steward here and head down this way. Just to kind of see what kind of things we can find here. Gonna push up only so far, and then pretty much gonna let the scout light some things up for me. Hopefully he's not going to sue a scout. I'm really only expecting a few tanks to actually feed down this way. That's usually what happens. So you only gotta usually you can find a few mediums that try to go this way to outflank. Kinda like what I'm doing with that Type 58 back there. Sometimes you'll have a couple tank destroyers that are perched down in this very southwest corner. But it looks like we got a medium tank kind of pushing up here. T-34. I can't get any shots on him, so I just gotta push up a little bit more. Yeah, I'm too far down on the road here. But I do have shots on this other tank.
They killed our driver. We're covering his position, but not very well.
It's not good.
Enemy is hit. Enemy armor is damaged. They're knocked out.
Alright. Now to work over this 3485.
Enemy is hit.
One more shot and he's gone. Darn it, missed. So I got him this time.
They're knocked out.
Surprisingly, our scout is actually still with us. Shots on the lead. Shot at Matilda here. Missed. Fire again. One nice thing I like about the M1A1 gun on here, it does a pretty good job at penetrating those tanks of your tier and below. So Matilda, not a big problem anymore. There's some tanks where pretty much if you see a Matilda, you are best running in the opposite direction to find the closest cover that doesn't break. They have such a fast shooting gun that you really gotta be very careful when you engage them. I believe it's either a 2 or 3 second reload, very good penetration for its tier, and the damage on it may not be as heavy, but you can put out a whole lot of rounds. Gotta find this 41. There he is. So close. Let's see if I can get one more shot. Ah, he's backed up. Done. Oh, I do have good shots at the T-150.
Enemy armor is damaged. Critical hit.
Darn. That shell just landed way too short. No! Darn, I want to kill him. This is actually a pretty decent record here. Spotted Cromwell, 3485, and the T-50. 4 targets where I actually provided support damage to. Damaged 4 other targets, got 2 kills. Damaged the ammo rack and took out the radio operator on Cromwell. Not bad. Total damage of 450 caused with my assistance. 746 damage done by myself. 9 direct hits, 8 penetrations. Total of 16 shots fired. Accuracy probably could have been a little bit better, but it's really not that bad. Alright, let's take the comment out for a spin. Guess I get landed into a tier 9 match. When it comes to tier 7 and tier 8, that's just to be expected. The quicker that you can get used to being at the bottom of your tier limits, the better off you're gonna be in the long run. Because that way you're not freaking out too much when you get into these kind of matches, and pretty much keep a cool head, and you can actually do pretty decent in these kind of matchups.
Time to roll out.
We'll see if I can be a good example of this. Still haven't gotten quite used to the playstyle of the Comet yet, because I'm more used to the Cromwell speed and being able to encircle my prey. This takes it at a nice slower pace, so it's kind of hard to figure out what all I should do. This is definitely more of a support tank. I feel like it is, or I feel like it's more of a support tank. So it's kind of more like a typical medium tank. Get out of this open field here. Try to move up to that fountain. Use that as maybe some cover. Let's see, got a T-54 up here. Alright, yeah, that's gonna be fun. Alright. Another good strategy when you're in these kind of matches is to not openly fire on targets.
Enemy armor is damaged.
You find a good piece of cover, you want to try to restrict your shots to ones that you know will pen. That way, the less shots you fire, that means it gives your enemy less chance to actually find where you're at. Though, sometimes if your enemies are really good players, it only takes a few shots for them to put 2 and 2 together. Hoping that's gonna not be the case here. Though the T-20 seems to kind of figure things out already. Which is okay. It's nice to see players of their tier actually figure out where all the enemies are at. Gives good foundation for later on. Though he pops back around. Don't have quite a shot on him. Oh wait. Oh, I just missed. Just missed the top of his turret. It's time I get into the fight a little bit more here. I'm gonna push up towards those buildings. See if maybe I can snuff out that T-20. Yep, target spotted. Go up here. Let's work this guy. Oh, that was a bad move on my part.
We're stuck here.
Drove right into that T-54. Alright, I can tank another hit. Here off. I really don't see that type of T-54. Alright, time to take out this T-20.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
Another thing you gotta know too is your enemy tanks. You gotta know when you can tank a hit and when you can't.
Enemy. We've lost a track. We're stuck here.
I'll be honestly very surprised if I'm not killed by the time my tracks are built.
Track fixed. Let's move.
Okay, that was very surprising. And I missed. Okay, yeah. Not the best example there, I know. But as a way to kind of look at it on the reverse side, I actually did survive through most of the match, or through most of the duration of the match here. I was one of the last two tier 7 tanks, or one of the lower tier tanks left alive. And for what I was able to do, I actually didn't, it actually wasn't too bad of a game for me. I actually don't have a very good gun yet on my tank. I have the best gun of the Cromwell, which that one's really good for only its own tier. Dealing with tier 8 or 9 tanks, it just doesn't quite work out for quite the same. J Panther is doing some wheelies there. Alright, at this point now they're just kind of scoping out the last active enemy tank. It looks like the M103 just never even got into the game there. As you can see, his gun is lowered there. That means their game client hasn't even loaded them into the match yet. Tells me either their computer is just crappy or their game crashed. One of those two. But overall, not too bad. 325 damage, 240 damage blocked by armor, and then another 234 done by assist. Like I said, for the way my tank is, that's pretty much about what I can expect to do. So those higher tiered matches are a real pain, especially when you're first starting off with tier 7 tanks, and you get into those kind of matches. Alright, this is a little bit better matchup for me here. We got a few 1 or 2 tier 6 on each team, and the rest are 7 and 8. Not a whole lot of heavy action going on here. fact, none of the tier 8s are heavy tanks. That's actually kind of nice to see. That's one thing about this tank is that it can pen tier 7 heavy tanks. For the gun I have here, my penetration is 145 and 135 damage. For the like about a 4-second reload, so it's pretty much like the gun on the Sherman. It's pretty much what it is, except the penetration is going to be a little on the low side. At least for its tier. If I were in tier 5 matches now, this gun would be amazing. It would be very amazing. Alright, this time around I'm going along the southern route, along the bridge. I still really don't get this map too much. It's always been hit or miss for me. More miss than actual hit. That's just because I just haven't quite figured out yet for the kind of tank I'm driving when I get this map where I should be going. Usually we have more mediums and tank destroyers that are set up farther back like that comes that snipes while another tank moves forward to scout out enemy tanks.
Great shot. We've damaged them. We didn't penetrate their armor. Enemy is hit.
I actually bounced the shell there. I'm actually quite pleased with that. Let's move up into the bush. Super Pershing has a few select weak points on it that you want to aim for. One of the best weak points to shoot for is those things that look like a giant pair of binoculars on top of its turret. It's slanted down pretty much in front of the commander's hatch on top. I believe that is the optical targeting device, so pretty much that affects their view range. That's a good point to shoot for. Usually shots penetrate when you hit that. I'm gonna help out this tank destroyer by flanking over this hill. And put a few rounds in his rear. Help if I'm in first person to actually see the rear.
Enemy armor is hit. Enemy armor is damaged. Enemy is hit.
Finish him off with a shot to his turret.
We didn't even scratch them. Track
In a
hit.
bad situation with this T-28 Proto.
We didn't even scratch them. We didn't penetrate their armor.
Yeah, I'm pretty much going to be finished off here in the riverbed.
We've damaged them. We didn't even scratch them.
And
hit. Done for. Everyone
Type
get out.
59 took me out. That is one of the most dreaded tanks in this game that you can find. Tier 8 medium that is no longer available in the gift shop. Don't know why I hit tab. This is just sort of force of habit. Super Pershing's trying to think he's the better player here. But, you know, he really was, pretty much was in the same kind of situation I was. He put himself there, as did I, so the fact that he's trying to tell me what I should have done in my mind. Alright, let's take the T-43 out for a spin. Sure, if you noticed in my garage, I actually don't have the A-43 anymore. Since I am going down the T-54 route to the T-62A, I really don't need to waste my time going through the A-43 and A-44 and then the other Tier 8 tank, the 430 I think it was, or 4. Because I already had this tank and pretty much unlocked everything for it, I just, for whatever reason, decided to sell it. Try to go for the A-43. But I think this is one of those tanks that actually improved a little bit in this last update. Don't quite remember what they improved on it, but to me it actually feels like it's a little bit better than when I used it last. Plus, the A-43, when you get right down to it, it was literally the T-34 just as a Tier 6 tank. And we have a scout not scouting, because that's always a great idea. Though I can see why he's not really moving too much here. Alright, we gotta take a short something. That was a hellcat. I am now pinned. That is a horrible situation. Mostly because of that chappy there. I'm gonna give this guy as little cover as I possibly can. The less cover he has, the more chances I have to shoot him. KV-13 in the back. And I bounced off of the AMX. That's fine. Got a good hit on the Type 64 there. Come on, you little hellcat, come out. Come out to play. Alright, since they're all preoccupied up there, I'm gonna move up. That way I can actually back up the KV-13 here. gonna swing around behind the temple here. There may be a tank or two hiding behind here. Hoping it's just the other of the light tanks that are up here, but nobody's up here. Not sure where the Shaffy's gone. I'm sure he bugged out. Just you'd think he would. And they have a VK-36 sitting back at base. For whatever reason. And he got him there. Oh man. Ah. That sucks. Oh well. Can't believe I missed that. Alright. Last threat left is the Hummel. Hoping. Okay. Hummel's the only is the last thing alive. He's probably way back in as far northeast as he can. And he's gone. Fortunately, due to my pinning, I wasn't. So, but on the plus side, I actually didn't really take all that much damage, so I actually made a profit there. Yeah, let's take a look here. Yeah, looks like I'm not gonna have a whole lot of modules that carry over from this tank onto the T-44. That's alright though. Alright, let's get back to using the really want to get up these British medium just so I can get my hands on one of those Centurion 7/1s. It's the tier 9 medium. That thing is a very bouncy turret on it. And because of what they've done with it in this update, it's pretty awesome with its gun. Ooh, that's top gun.
Time to roll out.
Alright, and another tier 9 match. As always. Type 61. Boy, that's a mean looking machine right there. Not sure what my plan of attack is going to be. Chances are half the enemy team's going to be up on the hill here. So it's going to to be interesting to see what all is already up here waiting for us. So it looks like all of the big tank destroyers are in Tank Alley there. So that's actually a plus side for us. Is there really nobody up here? Nope, there's taking some too long. Yikes, that did a lot of damage. And they've got all their mediums rolling out up here. That's fun. Not a good situation. Alright, I'm gonna try to bug out here. This is a less than ideal situation right here. Not gonna leave the M103 alone though. I'm going to push back up this hill a little bit to try to give some kind of support fire. Though the M103 just decided he's going to go charging out.
We can even scratch them.
Yeah, this is game over. Pretty much gonna wait and try to get as many
Enemy armor
shots as I
destroyed.
can on some
Enemy is hit. Great shot. We had it. Everybody out.
Yep. Yeah, this really wasn't a good game. At least I got one of the kills. I got 20% of our team's kills. When you get these kind of... Because that is just very sad. Alright, we have this little beastie here. 6,200 before the next engine. Yeah, gotta get it somehow. Ooh, that's a very young Tiger tank right there. I've got the same gun as he has. Oof. Alright. Not sure where to go here. Thankfully though, it's only tier 7. So my gun actually can do some pretty decent damage here. Our light tank is just blissfully charging across the field there. Not entirely sure if he has a plan or if he's just kind of charging along. Looks like he's planning on running right into the enemy. Speaking of the enemy, we have a T-21. See if I can get a good shot on him. Oh, I had one. And the Panther had to go and spook him. Yep. And this thing sucks at hills. Okay, we got a baby one there. Pull back into this little sunken down area. That's somewhere along the road there. Don't have quite a shot on him. Our scout tank has charged forward yet again. Come on, keep moving this pull back. Oh, are you kidding me? There's a bounce. Oh, you got an IS up here. That's fun. Oh, this just got really hairy. Oh, I tracked a little bugger. Bounced off his manual from the angle. Darn it. Thought I'd be able to squeak in. And Tiger 1 is doing a whole lot of nothing back there. So that's about what you can expect. You know, it'd be nice if my teammates here actually were doing something. But I'm the only one here, so... yeah. Awesome. I'm not even gonna bother helping these two guys out anymore. They're probably AFK. Or they just quit the match. It's really hard to play a game when you have people that just quit like that. Granted, this is a game, but still. That's just sad and pathetic. this point, I'm pinned pretty much on all sides here. So I've got nothing else to do. Oh man, that was just pathetic.
Sie kann jeden Moment reißen. Der ist abgeprallt. Das war's für uns. Raus hier.
No, I shouldn't put that. I'm frustrated, but I'm not just gonna start doing that crap. Oh my gosh. What was that Hellcat doing? Here's another little tip. When shooting at tanks, you only shoot at the treads of a tank if you want to try to track them. Which, in either case, you shoot at either the front part of the treads or the back part of the treads. Don't shoot in the middle. Unless there is a bunch of armor there and sort of like on a Churchill or something like that. Which in case, try not to shoot at that if you don't have to. You want to shoot at this area of the tank here. Because if you shoot in this area here, there's a good chance that the treads are going to either, one, absorb all of the damage, or absorb most of the You really want to try to either shoot on the sides of the turret or on the side of the tank husk itself, which is right here, this area here. That way you guys can maximize on damage and really put a hurtin' on your targets. Let's see if we can get into a match here. Probably going to be another Tier 9 match. Just waiting for that to happen. Ah, Tier 8. It's not so bad then. Alright. I'm sort of right in the middle of everything here. I think I may try and cover the field as best as I can here. Not sure what this Super Pershing's doing. He's just kind of doing whatever he wants. you guys, the more you play this, the more you guys actually get better at judging where tanks are gonna be after they freshly disappear. So that way, even after they've disappeared, and you know how to blind fire pretty good, you actually can possibly take out that tank. Alright, those guys are pushed way too far forward here. Disciplines. Well, you wouldn't be pinned there if you didn't, because now we have to push up to catch up to them. I believe the person said to defend, not charge. So, I have no idea where my shot went there. Oh, probably went into the bunker. Now we can push forward. Let's see. Try and do some flanking. This may not be the best tank for flanking, but just to shake up enemy tanks here may be the best action to take here. They're working over the IS-3. actually did pretty good amount of damage there, I guess. Though it's kind of hard to tell. You had a decent match there. Let's see, what other tanks haven't I used in a while? Not sure if I really feel like going through a light tank. Let's go back into the Comet. See if we can squeak out one last good match here. And we are in Ensk. Which if you're in the lower end of the tiers in this map, kinda like how I am a little bit here. Patience is pretty much the best course of action here. You really want to just kind of hang back and hope for the best.
Move out.
And we have our entire team in one area. That Arl isn't even using the 90 on it.
Enemy hit. We didn't even scratch them.
There's a Tiger piece somewhere. Oh, he moved out. Or that's a 110. Oh my. That's just dangerous.
We didn't even scratch them.
Alright, if that IS-6 had any brains, he'd pull back. Okay, good. Actually killed me. Alright, time to move up. I think the enemy's discombobulated enough now to where flanking will work. At least I help flanking, and we got a Canuck. French premium. Oh, I would have had that IS-3 outflank me anyway. I lost patience there. I didn't move up cautiously enough. That's more or less why I got massacred. Yep, either way. But I think that call it. Not the best of days, I'll admit. But still wasn't entirely a waste. Nothing spectacular though, like what I was hoping to have. But sometimes you just don't really get those amazing battles. Alright, cool. I actually did get some decent damage in with my Chiri, my Japanese tank. 1100 damage, 380 blocked by armor, 375 due to my assistance. Profit of 1742. Not bad. Alright. Well, either way, that marks the end of this World of Tanks video. Once again, if you guys are enjoying these, just... I don't know. Guess you guys will watch it if you're interested in this game or not still. Tomorrow is actually going to be part 6 of Skyrim. If you guys haven't watched that one video I posted a link up to yesterday, then pretty much what's going to be going on is I decided to continue on with the Skyrim playthrough. Feel like you guys are really enjoying that, so I'm just going to go ahead and continue on with it. Pretty much going to be doing a mixture of World of Tanks and War Thunder. Wednesdays I think will be War Thunder days. Today, Mondays will be World of Tanks days. Fridays is going to be a mix of either League of Legends and Dota 2. Pretty much going to be on and off each week. And then Tuesdays and Thursdays for the time being they're going to be Skyrim. When we get, well, pretty much after the college semester starts here, for me anyway. Not sure about you guys, but pretty much there's going to be videos coming out every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Tuesdays and Thursday videos are going to be coming to an end, so I still haven't quite decided yet how I'm going to do the scheduling. So we're just going to have to wait and see on that. But until then, I'll see you guys tomorrow for part 6 of Skyrim. And until then, this is Sergeant Gustav, signing off.